Imtiaz, first, congratulations for the 10th year anniversary of your film Rockstar that we all love. But to start with, how do you look at the movie now after 10 years?
I have some impressions of Rockstar. I don't remember Rockstar completely because there is so much that has happened while in the making of it, and in between that, it kind of muddles up the impression of the film itself. But I remember Rockstar, the movie, as a cinematic experience, as a deeply colorful and a deeply connecting kind of an experience. I feel that it is. uh, as a cinematic mass that is not perfect, but it has some moments of truth.
We will talk about those moments. Let's
Yeah.
talk about some unresolved issues for the fans, including myself, who wants to know why Ranbir's character Jordan was so angry throughout the film, even after achieving so much success.
Well, I feel that Rockstar in many ways was about undiscovered desire, you know, things that you don't understand what you feel, some passion that runs in your vein, but you don't know why. There seems to be no reason. It happens in life a lot, but in movies we tend to explain everything logically. You know, like there's a friend of mine who is from a very privileged family, and he said to me after watching Rockstar that when I see this song Sadda Hak, I feel a passion rise inside me, and I feel, yes, man, you know, we should do it, Sadda Hak, Athirak, and all that, and we should just lay down the system, and we should struggle against the imposition of the bourgeoisie, etc. And I said to him that you are bourgeoisie, you know, you are from a privileged family. What reason do you have to actually say that you've suffered? And he said, actually none. But I don't know where this Sadaha Kathera kind of passion comes from. So yeah, I feel that Rockstar was a lot about unexplained things, man, and those things can be experienced but not really explained, like most important things in life.
Would you also agree that while Ranveer's character had those layers where we can see his backstory, his emotional journey, while Nargis's he did not have those complexities that required to empathize with her?
Well, it's true, but the story belonged to Janardhan in that way, you know. And you know, similarly, Dhingra's character did not have the backstory layers to explain his side of the story. Yeah, but I feel that the story inherently belonged to Janardhan Jakhar, that is Jordan.
Heer was the name of the character played by Nargis Fakhri. Was Rockstar inspired by the love story of Heer Ranja? I mean, even in the Heer Ranja, the Ranja goes to his village, and here in Rockstar also, Ranveer goes to Prague to meet Nargis.
Well, it's true actually that you know, the backbone of Rockstar really is the backbone of Heer Ranja. In other ways, I've taken Heer Ranja's story backbone and implanted it on, um, yeah, Rockstar.
Way back in 2014 on our Bollywood roundtable, you said when we asked you, what is your first reaction when you see the first cut of your movie or when you see the material that you shot for the first time? And you said, and I want to quote you said, what the hell? Ab kya hoga? Khatam. I feel that each time. Did the
Yeah,
same thought cross your mind when you saw the rushes of Rockstar?
actually, no, because you know, seeing the bits and patches of Rockstar that we had shot, especially the song picturizations, I did not have that heart sinking feeling, but I had the feeling that this film is deeply personal, and it's kind of beyond me. It's like it's something that has happened, formed on its own energy, so to speak.
Let's talk about the casting of the movie. Ranveer is this Bombay kid. How do you groomed him to become this Haryanvi Jat? And how sure were you that you'll find your Janardhan in Ranveer?
When I met Ranbir for the first time, I was not thinking about Rockstar. In fact, I had gone to meet him about something else, and he told me the story of Rockstar because it had been in the, you know, in the peripheries of the film industry, and a friend of his had told him that I have a story like this, and Ranbir said, "Sir, what happened about that story? That you know, there's this guy who wants to break his heart, and for that he approaches a girl because she's pretty." And as he kept telling me the story, I realized that this guy would be the perfect guy to actually play Janardhan Jakar. So it happened quite by coincidence like that. And after he had narrated the story, I realized that he has the emotional depth and the craziness to play it. The other part was being Haryanvi Jat and him being a Juhu boy. But this is what I feel about actors, that an actor will only have one real life, but that is his capability of acting should take him to play other characters, which Ranbir, of course, played so beautifully in this film and others.
Did the massive success of Love Aajkal made you fearless and you took this big risk with Rockstar? Casting Nargis Fakhri in the lead role, who on that time did not know the language Hindi. What was it that attracted you to cast Nargis in the lead role when you could have cast any heroine on that point of time?
Yeah, I was thinking this, that in the film there is Heer, and Janardhan Jakar finds her out of his league. So Janardhan Jakar is going to be played by Ranbir. Ranbir has to find some girl out of his league, as though she's too good for me. Now, he had already played roles with many of the heroines that were acting at that time, Deepika, Katrina, and all of that. And I was thinking that um, it will not cut it. We will still get this feeling that, so what if Ranbir is aspiring to them? I have already seen them in other movies be like that. So I was just looking for somebody. And when I met Nargis, actually, I felt that she had that extreme, like high quality look. I feel she had that. And then she also had a strange emotional depth. She had both of those things, but she did not know how to speak Hindi. And that was a big problem. Her face looked like she could be a Kashmiri girl. That was my second thing with the character of Heer, because Heer Pandit was a Kashmiri girl. However, yeah, so she looked like a Kashmiri girl. All these things came together. She didn't know English, and yeah, I think that didn't turn out to be a great thing at the end of it. But that's how it is.
Looking back, if you jog your memory, if I can ask you to pick two scenes that you think were the most challenging for you, or maybe the scene while shooting it you thought, and you look at Ranbir Kapoor and said, okay, that's the Janardhan I thought of.
Well, I remember that much years after the film was released, I was watching a concert of Rahman sir. It was an indoor concert, and Sada Haq song starts to play, and then somewhere in the middle of it, these visuals from our film start to get projected on the screen in that show. And when those visuals started to get projected, I saw Ranbir playing Sada Haq and singing the song out. And then I realized what people have seen in him. Because as you can imagine, while shooting on a day-to-day basis, it is very difficult for you to be the judge of how this will be, in fact, for the audience. You are just you're just working at that point of time, but I think the impact of that reached out to me. I do remember while shooting Sada Haq, there were these scenes where the brief to him was that while you are doing this shot, playing this music, you should actually forget where you are. Bring yourself to forget where you are and what is going on, and that you're shooting it. Just go to that place in yourself. And a few times he actually did that. I remember that in Bombay, we were shooting, and he actually, when the shot cut and the music stopped, he just looked as though he's just surfacing out of water. That's when I knew that he's there.
Why some of the important characters in the movie have their second names, like Khatana Bhai, played by Kumud Mishra, or Dhingra, played by Piyush Mishra?
That happens a lot in all places in India, and especially in Delhi. That's true. Yeah, we used to call people, like there is a friend of mine whose boss used to be Mr. Dhingra. So everybody used to just call him Dhingra Sahab rather than whatever his name would have been. So similarly, I think, and Dhingra and Khatana, these are also very, like, in some way they are hard, and very Delhi and typical. So I thought that that would be better.
Nowhere you felt that audience might question why a guy who runs a canteen, Katana Bhai, suddenly become this talent manager, and how? I mean, where's the logic?
Because I think if people believe the film, they will understand that this character, Janardhan Jakhar, cannot do a logical thing. What he can do is only to be within the zone of his comfort and keep going on. He doesn't even care whether his career takes off or not after he becomes successful. He just wants Khatana to be there because he knows him, not because he himself is educated or cerebral enough to get the right manager. If on the other hand, if you look at it that way, somebody as stupid, I would say, as Janardhan, if he can become a successful music star, then Khatana can definitely become his secretary.
Your films have these heart-piercing moments. Each film, be it Socha Na Tha, which is my favorite, and my favorite moment of all movies, romantic films I've seen, is where Viren is standing and telling Aditi कि ये सपने सच के हो जाते हैं यार.
Yeah.
All between them, and it pierce your heart each time you saw that. Or in Rockstar, when he introduces Janardhan to her friends as Jordan, and it really reminds me of this poem. I think you must have read number of times. Ranja Ranja kardi ni मैं आपे रांझण हुई सद्दो नी मैनू डिंडो राजा मैनू हीर ना आको कोई. Were these movements mentioned in the script, or you conceived it while shooting?
No, they were mentioned in the script actually, and I'm really glad that you reminded me of this particular moment where she starts to introduce him as Jordan. Yeah, I think this is sometimes it happens in life that things are very slight, but they affect your life in a big way in retrospect. Like he started calling himself Jordan later on. Yeah, but yeah, it was mentioned in the script for sure. And I'm really glad you noticed it. Not many people call out on this scene.
Which according to you was a thematic scene of Rockstar? I mean, the scene which tells us the message of the movie or film. या film क्या कहने की कोशिश कर रही है?
I feel the thematic scene of the film was when, in the second half of the film, Jordan tells Khatana Bhai that, Khatana Bhai, I don't want to become a star. मुझे स्टार वार नहीं बनना. बस मेरा दिल नहीं टूटना चाहिए. Which is exactly the reverse of what he had said in the first place, that I want my heart to be broken so that I can become a musical star. कि टूटे हुए दिल से ही संगीत निकलती है. अब वो कहता है जब हीर की जान खतरे में है, when he's standing in Delhi in a hospital and anything can happen at any point of time, and he would be the one responsible for Heer's death. He's standing in the hospital with the same Khatana and saying, Khatana bhai, kuch karo Khatana bhai, do something. I don't want to become a star. I can give all of this away. I don't care a shit for anything, just that my heart shouldn't be broken. Which I think conveys the theme of the film, that you have to be careful of what you wish for.
Is it fair to say that soul of Rockstar was AR Rahman's music? It was a 14-track album with no remixes or reprises.
Yes, it was. I feel that another important thing which I've only recently realized is that throughout, while I was making this film, I was listening to the tracks that Rahman had created for Rockstar, and those were really, really long tracks and improvisations, which were always sent to me by him. And wherever I went to shoot, every day I was listening to them over and over again. I feel that music, much of it hasn't even come into the album, but it spoke to me in a big way, and it kind of aroused me to make the film in a certain way. So I think that, yes, for me, definitely the soul of the film Rockstar is the music by Rahman.
But the other backstory, I think we should share with the viewers is, you said while promoting the Rockstar to us long time back that, everybody told you कि AR Rahman hai, but you said, because when he sent you this 30-minute long timeline, which had various music pieces, and asked you to select from that timeline, you said that everybody told you that AR Rahman hai, bacha lega, but you said ye to marwa dega. Please tell us how you selected those music pieces from this large timeline of this many music pieces.
What I realized while working with Rahman sir in Rockstar is that he does not inspire confidence. He's such a formidable person. He's the, I mean, there's no name bigger than him in Indian music. I feel. I mean, of course, there are very many big names, but in terms of music direction and at least of people that are working with me, no one as big as Rahman, right? And you feel that I have never heard a bad song of Rahman. So what he does for my film will also be at least of that level, right? But while you're working with him, he is an acrobat that plays without a safety net. So you don't know how the song is going to be. And you sometimes look at him and feel that, yeah, this is AR Rahman, he will, ye to bachaya lega.
Take care of it.
But it seems as though he is not showing any signs of confidence. He's not saying, don't worry, I'm there, I'll do it. He, on the other hand, looks as though he doesn't know what the hell is happening. तभी मुझे लगा कि यार ये तो मरवा देगा, जो करना है मुझे ही करना पड़ेगा लगता है. But that is the greatness of a great man, that he does not make you believe that he's great. I think that's what it is. Yes, but he used to send these incredibly long improvised tracks to me and always ask me to select what I like, to piece them together in the way that I would like. And I think that is how he created this magnificent interplay between the film and music.
When you identify the places in the script for the song, what brief do you give to the lyricist, in this case to Irshad Kamil, for a song, say like Tumko Pa Hi Liya? Is hero admiring his beauty or is trying to flatter her?
See, in this case, I had told him already that he has lost her and she has lost him. And he's standing over there knowing that he will never see her again. And in fact, he will bear the guilt of killing what he truly loved. And at that point of time, this song is going to begin. And this song has to be a reverse expression of their feeling to each other. So therefore, and the tune was already there. It was the same tune as Tumko, Tum Ho. So that's how he wrote that I have got you forever.
And finally, if you make a sequel of Rockstar, do you think that would have Sanjana Sanghi's character Mandy coming to Hindu college and maybe meeting another Jordan?
Well, there have been some fanciful ideas about what the sequel could be, just for the fun of it. We've never really planned a sequel, seriously, for Rockstar. But, well, I'll keep this in mind as well to play along with the other ideas.
Imtiaz Ali, thank you so much. And thank you for making Rockstar.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. It was very nice and exciting talking about Rockstar after so long. Very nice to chat with you. Yeah.
Same here, sir. Thanks a ton.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.